Some bargains are not meant to be made. Some grief cannot be cured. And some rituals do not bring back the dead. They only wake what was waiting. This is the confession found in the ashes of a farmhouse outside Gilead, Kentucky. The last words of a man who tried to rewrite God's ledger with a demon's pen. He did not know some doors once opened swing both ways. Family, this is the Dread Codex. Gather close. The story begins. My name is Samuel Harlow. I no longer trust the silence of a country night. I no longer believe a prayer is just a prayer. This is why. In the fall of 1999, my life was hollow. My wife Eleanor and our unborn child taken from me on our own porch steps. A slip. A fall. An empty house. Grief doesn't rent space. It owns you. I was a shell, living on my family's failing farm at the edge of the whispering woods. That's when the whispers began. Not from the woods, from my neighbors. Over casseroles and condolences, such misfortune, Samuel, one after the other. It's not natural. Your granddaddy crossed the wrong man. These hills have long memories. There's a root worker in Haint Hollow. He can fix a broken line, call back what's lost. I was a man of faith. River of blood Pentecostal. I should have turned away. But the hollow in my chest was a cathedral for demons to preach in. I went to Haint Hollow. The man wasn't a root worker. He was a sharp thing in a human suit. Mr. Silas. His trailer smelled of burnt honey and sickly sweet decay. He didn't smile. His voice like dry leaves on stone. Grief is a key, Samuel Harlow. It unlocks the space between spaces. Your wife is in the light, but the echo of her, the shape her love left in you, that can be called back. It needs a vessel. A living canvas. I was desperate. I was damned. He said he needed a volunteer, someone with no ties, a soul already half unmoored. At the county home, I found her. Lily, a gentle woman with a child's mind, eyes like a startled doe. No family. The world had forgotten her. Mr. Silas said she was perfect. Blank. Empty. I brought her to the farm. Told the town she was my cousin. We were married in a bitter, silent ceremony by a justice of the peace who wouldn't meet my eye. The rituals began. Mr. Silas came at the dark of the moon. Midnight. He drew circles on the floor with ash and something that smelled like copper. He chanted, not in Latin, in a guttural, choking tongue that made the old timbers groan. Lily sat in the center, docile, confused, and I prayed, not to God, to the emptiness, to Eleanor's memory. I poured my longing, my love, my agony into the circle, while Mr. Silas's words twisted it into a hook, at first harmless. Then Lily changed. She'd stare at Eleanor's rocking chair, her face contorting, not with her own fear, but with a profound alien sorrow. She'd hum a hymn, just as I am, but the last line, always wrong, just as I am, and never to be whole. My father tried to stop it. Called it blasphemy. Stood between me and the circle one night. The next morning, he couldn't rise. A sudden palsy held him. His eyes, accusatory, terrified, followed me until he died. The doctor called it a stroke. I knew it was a curse. My curse. After the funeral, Mr. Silas's work grew darker. Lily was no longer a vessel, she was an excavation site. He used tools, a bone needle, vials of dark fluid, braided hair. Her whimpers turned to screams, screams swallowed by the circle, leaving only ringing silence. Bruises bloomed on her arms the next day, like ghostly fingerprints. When the neighbor women asked, she'd whisper, "The lady in the corner is singing to me." She's so sad. Then, one night, the climax. Mr. Silas frenzied. The air thick, cold, smell of ozone and rot. Lily stopped screaming. Her head tilted back, her mouth opened wider than possible. And a sound emerged, not hers. A distorted, watery echo through a mile of grave soil. "Samuel, my love, you broke the lock." Then silence. Mr. Silas packed his things, his face pale with a hunger I finally recognized as fear. "The canvas is prepared," he whispered. "The paint will set in time. Wait for the sign." He left, never returned. Lily, catatonic, staring at the rocking chair, humming that corrupted hymn. 3 days later, she vanished from her locked room. Not a trace. That's when she started appearing. Not Lily. Something wearing Lily's shape. The town saw her at twilight, at the tree line, nightgown stained with dark earth. On the porch swing, then on the roof. At the well. Watching. Mostly at my windows. Her face against the glass, not with Lily's innocence, but with a terrible, ancient knowing. Eyes black pools. Her mouth would move, and inside my head, you called. I am here. But you gave me a broken house to live in. The farmhouse itself turned. My Bible fell open to Lamentations. The words, "I am the man who has seen affliction," underlined in a rusty, flaking substance. The kitchen faucet dripped, in sync with a slow, dragging footstep in the attic. A footstep that paused directly above my bed each night. Clumps of damp, root-tangled hair in my shoes. The smell, Lily's lavender and lye soap overlaid with Mr. Silas's decay. The final week was pure, silent hell. The apparitions stopped. The house still. Only the drip, drip, drip from the walls. I thought maybe it was over. I was wrong. The silence was the thing holding its breath. It ended on a Saturday night. I was in the parlor, staring at the empty rocking chair, when the temperature dropped. My breath fogged. The drip from the walls sped up. Frantic. Panicked. Then, from the walls, a wet, tearing sound. Like roots through plaster. Words began to bloom on the wallpaper. Not written. Grown. In strands of black mold, veined, rotten vine, they spelled, "I am the bride you dressed in rotting flesh. Come. Lie down in the bed you made." The rocking chair moved. Creak. 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 And from the hallway, I heard it. The sound that unraveled the last of my sanity. 2 sets of footsteps. One, the slow, heavy drag from the attic. The other, light, skipping, Lily's tread coming up from the root cellar. A cellar, locked and empty. They met outside the parlor door. The door handle turned. Not a rattle. A firm, solid grip. I screamed. Threw a lantern. Kerosene and fire, whoosh, feeding on the old wood. The flames, cold and black at their heart. They didn't crackle, they hissed. In the center of the inferno, 2 shadows formed. One tall, twisted, like a man of thorns. The other, small, misshapen, reaching for me, arms stretching through the fire. I ran. Burst through the front door as the house roared into a column of unnatural, silent flame. The neighbors found me in the yard, clothes smoldering, skin blistering, babbling, pointing at the fire. Before the smoke took my voice, I confessed it all. The grief, the ritual. Mr. Silas, Lily, that I had built a tomb for a ghost and called it a home. They never found Lily's body in the ashes. Just one thing, unburned, in the center of the foundation, Eleanor's wedding band, fused around a small blackened finger bone. This is the story of the Harlow farm. It is not a haunting. It is a creation. The most profound evil does not always attack your faith. Sometimes it simply offers to answer your prayers. It uses your love as a weapon. It turns your hearth into an altar for something that was never human. So listen closely, family. If your grief ever whispers, there is a shortcut through the valley of the shadow. If a man offers to call back what heaven has claimed, walk away. Run. Some echoes should fade. Some love, when perverted, becomes a seed that grows only horrors. If you have a story that haunts you, send it to contact.drdreadcodex@gmail.com. Your truth becomes our tale. Your likes and comments keep these stories alive. Until next time, may your memories be a comfort, not a curse. May your prayers be heard only by benevolent ears. Good night.